Most people ruin salmon skin, but after this, yours will be restaurant level crispy in less than 5 minutes. You guys are probably wondering where Lauren is. She's in the background eating all of my dishes, but she doesn't want to be on camera right now because she says that her makeup isn't done properly yet. So everyone wave to Lauren. Hey Lauren, how you doing? How are you?
Hi.
You can hear her chewing. She is chewing. Okay, on to the next recipe. One of the questions I get often, I know I lead with this, is how do I cook scamming? How am I scamming my salmon? How do I cook salmon with the skin on so the skin is nice and crispy and the salmon is not overcooked, right? So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. I got some beautiful skin on salmon here. First thing I'm gonna do is get it out of the package, right? And I'm going to get this, you wanna make sure there's no scales on your salmon. This has actually been cleaned, so that's good. You gotta get this super, super, super dry. That's step one. So you also don't wanna ruin the salmon. So I've got paper towels down on the bottom, and I'm just gonna get this really, really dry right now. While I'm preparing this, I'm gonna throw my pan on. Okay, I'm gonna use a carbon steel pan. You can use a cast iron pan. You can use a stainless steel pan as well. You just gotta make sure that the heat in the pan gets really high. Now, I like to score my salmon, so just a little slit in the salmon. Salt your salmon right before you cook it. Okay. I'm gonna salt the flesh side as well. I'm gonna take this over to the stovetop. So I'm getting my pan super hot right now. I'm gonna hit it with, I've got a little bacon fat I'm gonna add here, but I'm just gonna use bacon fat, and I'm also gonna use avocado oil, right? High smoke point. So bacon fat and avocado oil, a good amount in there, right? And you want it to run like water so you know it's super hot. Now you're gonna go skin side down first and lay it into the pan so that the fish lays away from you, because if it splatters, you want it to splatter towards the back wall. Here we go, right? Now I'm gonna do 2 pieces at a time because you don't wanna overcrowd the pan. Once you put it down in the pan, that's it. Don't move it again, just forget about it, okay? Just make sure your pan stays hot. Roll some of your fat on there. Get another little bowl if you need to catch some of that oil, okay? And this is it. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press this down to make sure that it's cooking skin side down. What's essential here is that you think you want crispy skin, so you're gonna leave it at full blast the whole time. Not the case. The way to avoid the skin screwing up is by not touching the salmon and moving it. So we wanna cook it down on the skin side for about 60 to 70% of the cooking process. So I need an even heat. So I'm gonna drop the heat a little bit here, okay? Okay, so I'm just gonna let it go. I'm gonna forget about it. I'm gonna get some butter, and then I'm gonna finish it with butter on the other side. Okay, so now you see here where this is cooked, right? It's starting to come around on the thin side. It's roughly on one side, it's maybe the white where it's cooked has come up about a 1/4 inch, and you can start to see where it's browning on the skin. That's how you know that this is ready. So now it's gonna be ready to flip. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna cleanly flip this, all right? I'm gonna turn the heat down, and we're gonna throw cold butter in the pan, and we're gonna start basting the salmon to continue getting that skin crisp. So here we go. So see how this lifts right off there? Look at that. Look at that, right? And now we're just going to give it a flip. Oh, beautiful crispy skin right there. And I do this towards myself. There we go. Look at that beautiful crispy skin, okay? Now, this is the part where it gets a little bit complicated. I don't want all that fat that's in there right now is a little bit burnt and bitter. So I actually want to pour that out. So I'm just gonna kind of do this. I'm gonna just get this out of the pan with a couple shakes, holding my salmon in the pan. Now I'm gonna add fresh butter cold butter back to the pan, like that. Turn the heat down to low, all right? And you can see that this is nice grass-fed butter. Now, I'm going to poêle this salmon, and if you want, this is where you can add some herbs to this, and you just let that hot butter run all over the salmon. It's gonna keep cooking it on both sides, and it's gonna keep that top part nice and crispy because these milk solids are gonna keep toasting. You don't wanna burn the butter, right? That's the key. That's where the heat is important. If you notice, I'm doing this over a really low flame. I don't have the high flame anymore, right? And then I just lift my pan up a little bit, and just keep letting this butter baste over the top of the salmon, and I've got this beautiful, beautiful crispy skin right there. And that's it. Now I'm gonna turn the heat off. I'm gonna let the carryover cooking complete. Maybe do one more baste. Okay, I'll take this over to my cutting board. So while the salmon is resting and it's hot, this is where if you wanna add any flavor to it, like I'm gonna add some fresh chives in here, but even if you wanted to do green onion, if you wanna do any chili, you wanna do any spice, now's the time to do it. Throw it on there while it's cooling or while it's resting, or go right to the plate with this. And that's it, right? I got that beautiful, beautiful crispy skin salmon right there. Voila, I mean, it's that easy. Perfect. So you can add your lemon, but don't add it until you're about to eat it, because that lemon then is gonna take away some of the crisp from the skin. It's gonna almost soak it a little bit. But I think it's important that we see, like, let me try and get the mic in there. You hear how crispy that skin is? Beautiful, crackling, crisp skin, and it's protected the salmon. So the inside of the salmon is gonna be perfectly cooked. Let's give the inside a look. See, still nice and medium rare, which is what I'm looking for. Just give this a little bite, right there. Hit it with a little fresh lemon. Cooked perfectly, crispy skin. There's the skin. Extra texture, beautiful. That's how you do it. Want some crispy skin salmon? Lauren, come on, get in.
I'm not getting in the video.
She won't get in the video. Here, I'll throw it to her. Got it? All right, that's it. That's a wrap.